like because I'm like you're so argumentative. You're gonna prove the point.
I don't think
Regardless,
this needs to be said.
I mean,
needed to.
look,
No,
because
I
I
already
am too.
rebutted this fucking
I
crazy
am
opinion.
too.
He
But
was,
I am too.
he was
I
saying
am the
things.
same way.
T-Rail, by the end of the podcast, he fully admitted and apologized for saying shit that wasn't true. So I don't know how you think that I'm going to sit here and have somebody say shit to me that is demonstrably not true and not respond to it. That whole idea.
You can't respond to it right after each sentence.
You can when it's that detached from reality.
No,
and he
it wasn't
apologized.
that
He
detached
acknowleded
from-
that he was
it
saying
wasn't
shit that
that
wasn't
detached
true.
from
From reality.
Yes, it
That
was.
sounds crazy.
No,
So
that was
so you think
completely
I should sit here
reality.
and hear out the idea that he thought that I did it on purpose? Because again, this doesn't need to be said because we already talked
you
about
can
it. So
hear it out. You can
putting
hear it out.
exactly, but you putting
can
out
hear it
this
out.
argument that we already resolved is unnecessary because me and him already had that conversation and he already acknowledged that was fucked up for him
You
to
didn't
be
even
acting
get,
like
you
it was a
didn't
different
let me,
thing.
You didn't let me finish my fucking
because
sentence.
it's
It was going
unnecessary.
nice. It was finna go
No,
the nice
because
route.
you're coming on the
It was going
podcast
nice.
and you're
It
bringing
was
up
going
old
this
shit that we
way.
don't have to talk about anymore.
It was going nice.
Yeah, you can
It was
make it
gonna
nice
go.
now,
It was
but
gonna
you can't
curve.
just sit here
It was
and
gonna
bullshit
curve
me.
this way, and you
motherfucker.
fucking. It was gonna curve left, and it was gonna go your way.
Ain't nobody
motherfucker.
getting fake narratives off on this podcast.
No,
That's
ain't
all
no
I'm
fake
saying.
narrative.
Fake narratives.
I was like,
all right, so make it nice. Tell me how
Okay,
great
I was like,
am by
my
the end
boy's
of
so argumentative. I mean. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you in house phone. Y'all got y'all little
Because he's
thing
gonna say
going on.
because he
No,
realizes
I was
that what
gonna
I was
say you
gonna say
guys
don't matter.
you're very argumentative. You feel me? In every point he had to speak about, you had something to say. Which was you were defending yourself. It
It's
was
a podcast.
But look, it is. But bad podcast, you always say, let us speak, let the person speak, and let them get that off.
Right, but
then
that doesn't
you
mean
speak.
like here, get off a 20-minute rant
Well,
and say a bunch of
hold
shit
on.
that is
You
completely
still
untrue.
hold on,
You
hold
still
on,
should hear
hold
some.
on.
You should still hear.
I heard him
else.
out and I responded.
Hypothetically, if he was to get off 20 minutes and just say everything that
He
he
deserved
felt,
Got off his chest.
got it off his chest, right or wrong, and you had responded like, you know what, phone, I care about you. I'm really sorry about what happened. It was definitely not my intention. Like
Water under the
our
bridge.
friendship.
I
Hold on,
said
hold
a
on,
lot of stuff
hold
like
on,
that,
hold,
yeah.
I know. Hold on.
Because that's what I mean. But at the same time,
Bruh.
Lush, I'm not gonna let somebody sit on
No,
the
no,
podcast and lie about
I-
me and make up shit.
No, I understand, but
And
no,
you wouldn't either. And
No, no.
and nobody would suggest that you should just let somebody go on
No,
a
if
rant that is
if-
full of factual inaccuracies. And again, he has acknowledged this.
Right,
on,
no,
on
but
last
I'm
week's
not, but I'm
podcast.
saying at the end, after you said that, you like hypothetically, you could have been like, just to clarify,
This didn't happen.
you said a few things that weren't actually
So correcting in real time bad, correcting at the end of a 20-minute rant is good.
It wasn't even correcting. It was just giving a
You
rebuttal
just
on how you're
give
protecting
you give somebody
yourself.
the same respect you would want to give to you. Because if you was upset and if the situation was delicate and you,
You
wanted
guys
to come here and
are
give your shit off,
so unbelievably full of shit.
No,
this
I
ain't
think it
full of
was-
because
shit. This
you
how it
would
really is.
never
Who wouldn't?
sit there silently on a podcast and listen to somebody say shit that you know is not true for 20 minutes or whatever.
So you
without
saying the
responding.
whole thing was
I
not
have
true?
watched you podcast. I know how you get down. You motherfuckers are screaming at each other and talking over each other. I'm not
Not
going
in
to
that
sit here and let
sensitive
you give me
conversation.
advice that I know you would never in a million years
Bro, I've
follow
been on
yourself.
podcasts with T-Rail where he said shit about me that wasn't true, and I let him get his shit.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
there's
like
shit
Lush-
about you having
like-
BO and
I
shit.
feel like Lush has been through that a lot. And
Yeah,
he'll
but
sit there
that's-
and,
And he
clarify
responded
it.
in real time because he's a fucking human being. The idea that I shouldn't have responded in real time is crazy.
You should respond, but you should have just let him get it off a little bit.
I
It was
did let him
not
get it off a little bit.
Did you
I was just
not
responding
understand the
after he
severity
was-
of the situation for him?
Do you really think you have to ask me that after all the shit we've been through?
But I'm just saying that's what makes it even crazier that you wouldn't let him get his shit off.
No, I did let him get his shit off. I was just
To a certain
I was
degree.
correcting the inaccuracies. And
And
you don't need to tell me any more about how I handled that situation because I know how I handled it and I know that you guys would never let someone sit there and lie about you to your face.
So what
For
would we do?
some extent, you would argue and you would tell them the shit that they were wrong about. Trust me, I've argued with you many times. It's very hard to get a fucking point across. So you acting like that's what I should have done? Hell no,
The
you
only
are
wrong thing-
hypocrites.
The only thing that
I've
you
never
thought
been.
was
I've never
wrong-
been in a situation to where I fucked up somebody's life indirectly and like that. So I can't even say how I
I've
would.
been
have
through,
handled
I've
it.
been through enough therapy to
No,
know the
yeah.
proper
I mean, the
protocol.
only thing you thought was wrong was him thinking you did that maliciously. That's
Which
the
is-
only
that's the
thing.
entirety
and you
of
were
what
just
he
trying
was
to
saying.
explain yourself,
Right.
But not the
Because
everything
it's
that
not
he
true.
said. Everything that he said, you did it. You know what I mean? But it was like
No,
you
no,
didn't
no,
do
no,
it
no.
in ill intention.
Almost none of it
You know what I'm saying?
was
He
connected
just
to
didn't do it in ill
reality and all.
intention.
He was saying that that he thought I was happy when his mom passed. That all this, like the idea that I was gonna sit there and just let him get that off and not respond, get the fuck out of here because none of you would do that. Nobody in that situation would do that. You gotta fucking stand on reality. This is a podcast. I don't care how emotional you're getting. If you're saying some shit that is clearly not true, yeah, I'm gonna say something.
I just feel like at a certain point, if you allow somebody to talk through all of their feelings,
You don't need to say this again.
No.
I already said what I'm gonna say.
No.
Lush. There was
been
no
to
chance in hell. Because I'm not gonna have
been to
y'all just
therapy.
sit here and harp on the same point
See?
over and
You're
over.
not even letting them talk.
No, because you guys are saying the same shit over and over. I
No,
told
I
you
was
what it
gonna
is.
say something different, but
This is
it's
my
okay.
I
podcast,
guess
and
we
I'm
spaced
willing
out
to
on
hear out
reality.
other people's opinions. But if your opinion is that I should have sat
My
there and took
podcast.
that, get the fuck out of here. It's not happening.
It's my podcast. Now you going, it's my podcast.
It is my podcast.
It's my podcast. I do what I want.
That is kind of
And
the
then tell
gist
us
of
to
it.
fuck
I just
off.
feel like he would have been more receptive to additional
would've
feedback.
just-
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we get that you feel that way, but you
I
know,
mean, I think
reality
everybody would have
is-
been a little bit more receptive if you just let me talk. That mean my feelings would have got out. I would have calmed down. I would have came to a calmer state, and then we could start talking.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? But it felt
Right.
like if I'm
You're-
antagonizing you, like
you're
hold on, give me
ignoring
my
the
point
fact
off.
that he was saying things that were clearly not true.
and I'm not ignoring that for you. If you feel like it wasn't true, you should be okay.
Well,
cool.
I mean,
And
you
then
all
let's
know
take
it
a
wasn't
talk.
No, he knows that too now.
Yeah,
He
and we
like-
had that
yeah,
conversation
like-
on camera, which is why you guys harping on this is quite unnecessary to me.
You know, it's not because I didn't see what the
It's
fuck
just
he was doing on
no, because
off
you're
camera.
drumming up, you're
didn't
drumming
see
up
it.
a point that we already had settled because you feel like it's gonna be better content. When I was trying to fucking correct the record and have this conversation about the fact that of what actually happened, but then you're bringing up old shit that we already talked
Man,
about.
I know you ain't talking about better content, Kelpie man.